Hello, my name's Linda. I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today I'm making a milk carton gift box. This is Coastal Cabana that I'm using here. This used to be an A4, so it's an A4 this way, which is 8 1/4, and I've cut it at 10 1/2 this way. So it's 10 1/2 by 8 1/4, and we're going to do some scoring. So I'm going to start scoring at 2 1/2. Got a long side at the top, 5 inches. I'm doing this in inches today. 7 1/2 and 10. And then I'm turning it round, so now we've got the short side at the top, and we're scoring at 2, 5 1/2 and 7 1/2. I've turned my paper round, so now I've got the tab on the left hand side and a tab at the top of my paper. I've got a long side at the top here, and I've got my pencil, and we're just going to do a couple of pencil lines, just a couple of marks actually, and we're going to be doing 1 3/4. Just put a little line there, and 6 3/4. So all I've done is put a little line on each one. And now we can get rid of our scoreboard. We're still going to need our score tool. I'm going to bring my ruler in and my pencil, and I want to just put a dot where that pencil line is. So I've got a dot on my score line. I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side. And now you can rub out those pencil lines at the top. We want to do some scoring now, and we want to score from our pencil mark to our corner, and again from the corner to the pencil mark. So we're going to be making a triangle. So we're going to do that now. So I'm going to start in the corner and go up to my pencil dot. Just run it a few times, especially if you're just on the desk like I am. And we're going to do exactly the same on this side. So corner to pencil mark, and corner to pencil mark. Don't go into the tab, we want the corner of our rectangle. I'm going to do a little bit of stamping. I've got the waterfront stamps there. I'm using this sun or moon, and I really like this one because it's got quite a lot of texture to it. But if you've got something else, I'm just going to do some dots across the middle. I'm using Bermuda Bay. I'm just putting my piercing out underneath, and I'm just going to randomly stamp dots all the way across. So when you're stamping on your score line, just hold it a little bit longer and push hard. So for my last row, I want them to look natural and go over the top. So I'm just going to put a piece of paper on the top there. So there's all my stamping finished. So I've burnished all of my score lines except for the triangles. I'm now going to do some cutting. So we want to cut up all of these score lines at the bottom. And this one at the end, we're going to cut this one off. I'm going to do it at a little angle because this is going to be our tab. Do a triangle here. So we're going to have another tab here. And cut that piece off at the top. So the pieces at the bottom, if they've got the triangle in that column, then we're going to put a wedge in there. So I'm just going to do a little tiny wedge, just a little sliver. And again on the other one. I'm going to turn this round and I'm going to cut up to the first score line. And then these tabs above the triangles, we don't need those, so we're going to get rid of them, cut them off completely. Okay, so this is what it should look like now. We're going to just bend our score lines gently on our triangles. We don't need to get our bone folder in there, it's just so the score line knows which way we want it to go. Okay, and it's much easier to do this once we've cut these tabs off at the top. I'm going to get my tear and tape in, and I'm going to put it on the tabs here. And now I want to just corner round the edges with my corner punch. This is my trio punch. This is optional, you don't have to do this. So I've done my corners on these tabs here, and we're now going to stick our box together. So I'm going to take the backing off our tear and tape, and if we've got our measurements right, this should just shut. Okay, so you can see the box coming together now. I want to do the bottom now. So the two tabs that have got the triangles on are the ones that go down first. I'm going to put some tear and tape on here, and then when it shuts, I want some tear and tape on that side as well. So I'm going to take the backing off and off of this one. I'm going to put a little bit of glue here as well and close this up. You turn it over, get your bone folder or a ruler, something in there. Just push it down a bit. I'm going to put some tear and tape across the top here. So this one's going to close like this, and then this one's going to close on top. So some tear and tape on this side. Let's say it's going to close like this. Make sure your edges are straight. I'm going to put a bit of wet glue on there as well. And then this one's going to shut there. And then our box, where we've got our triangles, you just gently squeeze those in, just pinch them in. And there is going to be a milk carton. How cute is that? So we're going to do a little bit more decoration. So the front of the box, front of my box is going to be where I put my last fold. So that is neater than that side. And I'm bringing in all my lovely little colours. So I've been going through a little patch of not knowing what to do. I've had a bit of a mojo loss. And so I got my layering dies out and decided to layer them all up and see what they look like. So I've used Melon Mambo, Coastal Cabana, which is the same colour as the box, Flirty Flamingo, Bermuda Bay and Mango Melody. I'm just going to start by sticking my heart onto my small circle. All of these colours are from the Brights Stampin' Up range, which is my favourite. I'm just going to put a couple of dimensionals on the back of this, just to make it pop up a little bit. I've run out of normal dimensionals, I've only got mini ones left at the moment. And I'm going to pop that on there. So this was 3 different die sets I've used here. The layering circles, the stitched shapes, and I think the other one was stitched labels, and they're all on the product use list below the video in the description, or if you go to the link on my blog, they're on there as well. And then I'm going to glue this to the front of my box. How pretty is that? I've wanted to make one of these boxes for ages, and I've done it in inches because I am of an age where, when I was at school, they changed them. They changed from inches to centimetres, so I actually use both. Okay, so now we want to do something to the top. So we want our top to close. So if you have a peg or a little bulldog clip, that would work great, but I haven't got one. So I'm going to actually punch a couple of holes in here. And I've got my crocodile. And I'm just going to punch 2 holes in the top there, and then I'm going to tie that together. And there is my finished box. I've used some of the linen braided thread to tie that together. How cute is that? Really pretty. I have been doing on my posts on my blog, sometimes I've been saying what I would do differently, and this time this is what I did differently. So I started like this. So this is what I did originally, and I actually put one of the little brads through, which I do quite like that, and I put some floaty flamingo on it, but I decided it was too plain. So this time I've stamped all the way around to make it a little bit more interesting, and this time I've tied it. But you could use either way, but I think it looks better with the stamping on. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Bye.